explicitly says that there's nothing on the record to suggest that those 41 candidates were compelled, coerced, pressurized. Thing happened, and that is why your lordship makes
none of them came forward, despite the fact we were calling them.
Yes.
हमने कहा कहाँ हैं लोग? कोई सामने नहीं आया. बता दो किससे.
Yes, that is the submission. My Lord, Mr. Justice Yahya Afridi's judgment is at page 214. I have just read that out. And on parties not being before the court, my Lord Mr. Justice Aminuddin Khan, the senior member of this bench, and my Lord Mr. Justice Naeem Afghan's judgment is on the record as well. It is, the relevant pages are pages 114 and 115, para 7, pages 118 and 119, paras Roman 1 to 3, para Roman 13, and page 121, paras 11 and 12. And last, my Lord, also page 120, para 9. All your, this honorable court, these two learned judges of this honorable court who are on the bench today as well, hold that the parties were not before this court, my Lord, and the record was not before this court. My Lord, Mr. Justice Yahya Afridi at page 216, sideline W, goes to say, as far as to say that if we go down this road, this would create a dangerous precedent.
Counsel, what was the fate of this CMA 5913-2024, this intervener's application? Was it allowed, or was it disposed of, or was it dismissed?
My Lord, it wasn't dismissed. It wasn't allowed. The majority notices that fact, and the majority says that we heard the intervener. Your Lordship is talking of the PTI application or the Kamal Shahzad application? PTS, CMA 5913. This was not dismissed or disposed of, but it was referred to. It was referred to in the majority
judgment. Same application filed by Mr. Gohar.
Yes, this was referred to.
एक ही application है ना?
जी. 5913 was referred to in the majority judgment. I'll take your lordship there in a minute and how the learned bench deals with it. Let me just, if with your lordship's leave, complete this. Mr. Justice Yahya Afridi's judgment is page 216 at sideline W2, the last paragraphs on this page. Finally, while the undeniable power of this court to do complete justice under Article 187 of the Constitution is recognized, exercising this power in the absence of an aggrieved party directly approaching the court could set a dangerous and far-reaching precedent. डील किया है, डील के 141 से शुरू होगा, 141 इवेंचुअली कहाँ डील किया? So this is my lord.
5913 of 24 जो PTI की जो एप्लीकेशन है, इसका रेफरेंस पेज नंबर 141 पे
141 पे बिल्कुल है सर, आप सही फरमा रहे हैं. पैराग्राफ 19 से शुरू होता है और जिक्र आता है कि उन्होंने ये एप्लीकेशन फाइल की है. एंड
141
your lordship will see, they say, faced with the possibility of an adverse decision by the Supreme Court after 4 p.m. that day, they point out a number of other things. And then paragraph 19.2, and then if your lordship turns the page 142 is dealt with as well. It is mentioned over here. There is no mention that this application was granted or any number was assigned to them or a petition was there. And they say they have heard.
So वैसे एक ये fact is that Barrister Gohar Ali Khan appeared on the date of leave granting on behalf of Sunni Ittihad Council on 6th of May 24. He was a counsel for Sunni Ittihad Council.
Yes, my lord.
Faisal Siddiqui, and second is Barrister Gohar Ali Khan. Salman Akram Raja, Samir.
It is so recorded in the order of 6th of May 2024.
में 4 क्वेश्चन ऑफ लॉ फ्रेम किए गए थे, पेज नंबर 143, 142 पे वो रिप्रोड्यूस करे गए
जी सर,
मेन जजमेंट में,
जी सर, बिल्कुल.
पेज नंबर पैरा नंबर 21.
They are, your lordship is right.
What is the consequences of declaring a political party ineligible to obtain an election symbol? Then can a candidate nominated by a political party ineligible to obtain an election symbol? इसके बाद ये 3 or 4 important हैं इसमें, इसके जो questions हैं.
My lord, I turn to these in a moment to point out to your lordship. If your lordship may see page 190, paragraph 117 of the judgment. The first 3 lines first, my lord, para 117. Lastly, we want to say a few words to clarify. The heading is PTI is before the court. Lastly, we want to say a few words to clarify that PTI, which has been granted relief in the present case, is before us with an application for its impleadment as a party to the case. If your lordship will then see towards the middle of the paragraph, after having discussed this, the honorable majority finds that the procedural formality of first accepting PTI's application and then granting it the relief does not carry much weight, where the court's concern is the protection of the right of vote of the people, the electorate guaranteed under Article 17(2) and 19 of the Constitution, more than the right of any political party, whether it be SIC or PTI or any other party. Then, my lord, the last 5 lines, while doing complete justice in the exercise of its general power under Article 187 of the Constitution, this court is not handicapped by any technicality or rule of practice or procedure, nor is the exercise of this power by the court dependent on an application by a party. So that's the finding on PTI's application. My lord, turning to the questions identified by your
Now,
lordship.
the third line of para 117,
My lord.
which says that before us with an application for its impleadment as a party.
Yes, my lord.
Is it correct? Is this observation correct?
My lord,
It was an intervener's application. That application was just there, filed by PTI, just so as to assist the court.
my lord, I bowed.
In terms of Order 1, Rule 10 of CPC, there are 2 categories of parties: a necessary party or a proper party. And both these terms, they have different meanings.
Yes, my lord.
But this intervener's application, you'll have to satisfy us or them at the relevant time what this term intervener means.
My lord, this is what your lordship is.
And under the law, if a party is not to the list, can relief be given to it?
That is the submission which I am making, my lord. And your lordship will recall just a short while ago I had read out the prayer, that the prayer was, and which has been reproduced by my lord the Chief Justice, Mr. Justice Yahya Afridi, who was a member of the bench at that time, where he says that this is not an application for impleadment.
Yes, this is not an application. On the face of it, it's not an application.
And he says that this is an application.
I totally agree with him.
Yet the petitioner's name above may kindly be allowed to assist this honorable court, August court, as intervenors. They don't say that they should be impleaded as an appellant or as a respondent and that they are entitled to relief. They don't.
That means the term impleadment in para number 117, the third line of para, that is the record.
That is the submission that these are matters which are extraneous to the record and that there was no such application on the record of this honorable court, and that is why the honorable Chief Justice, then Mr. Justice Yahya Afridi, the current Chief Justice, held the view that there is no such application, and that is what the minority judgment of my Lord Mr. Justice Aminuddin Ahmed and my Lord Justice Mr. Naeem Afghan says that this is a party which is not before us. My Lord,
Basically, the conduct of proceedings of the election authorities, say that returning officer or the presiding officer, was under scrutiny before us.
Sir, that's correct.
The proceedings जो उन्होंने कार्रवाई की थी उन्होंने हमने तो ये देखना था कि वो जो इनिशियल प्रोसीडिंग्स है कि उन्होंने लिस्ट बनानी है कितने लोग किस पार्टी से हैं उस कैलकुलेशन पर वो प्रिजाइडिंग ऑफिसर का तो कोई इख्तियार ही नहीं है कि किसी को चेंज कर दे जो कुछ उसने अपने नॉमिनेशन पेपर में लेकर उसके मुताबिक टॉकिंग फॉर माई सेल्फ मैंने ये महसूस किया कि the presiding officer and the returning officer fails to perform their duty in accordance with the constitution and the law. So continuation of appeal को trial को समझते हुए
My lord,
उसमें गए irrespective of the fact that anybody was party or not, whether the election commission conducted its duty in accordance with law or not, this was whether the Supreme Court shut its eye on.
my lord, my submission is, as your lordship notices in your lordship's own judgment, that these candidates could have come to the court, PTI could have come to the court, neither of them came to the court. Your lordship concludes, not my words, that they were negligent in this respect. Those were your lordship's words. And your lordship says that at best from the record, what your lordship could find was a 41-39 division. So there your lordship parts ways with the majority and says that insofar as part of it is concerned, there is no record at all. Even the record as examined in this court by your lordship, even if it could be regarded as evidence, could take your lordship only this far and no further.
मैं आगे भी हमने लिखा था however हमने कहा था कि since they are representing the people, therefore the people cannot be disfranchised. इसलिए ये जिम्मेदारी उनकी थी. Suppose एक presiding officer या returning officer अपनी जिम्मेदारी अदा करते हुए वो किसी को डिसफ्रेंचाइज कर सकते इसलिए कि मेरे सामने कोई नहीं आया. क्या उसकी जिम्मेदारी ये नहीं थी कि जो रिकॉर्ड के मुताबिक और जो कानून कहते हैं चलें उसके मुताबिक फॉर्म 33 तैयार करें जैसे भी हो उसके मुताबिक चल कोई हो सामने कोई ना हो. तो हमने तो उससे नॉलेज.
My lord, I just go back to paragraph 18 of your lordship's judgment. May your lordship note that. My lord, then the majority proceeded on that basis, not your lordship, my lord, Mrs. Mandukhail, but the majority proceeded on the basis that election disputes are not between candidates, and that is a finding on page 135, paragraphs 8 and 9, and the entire constituency is affected. That is the finding on page 135 and page 137, and therefore they said that the court could take notice and move on. And
this is a note of Justice Qazi Faiza, and my note is at page.
My lord, I was referring to page 135 and 137 of the majority judgment. Majority judgment, page 135, paragraphs 8 and 9. Where the lordship says that this dispute cannot be treated as similar to other civil disputes. And paragraph 9, that analogizing an election petition to a civil suit is rejected in paragraph 9, page 135. And the reliance, my lord, besides referring to Indian judgments, all the Indian judgments arose out of election appeals. Then there are two judgments referred to on page 137. They are the judgments from the Lahore High Court. They are division bench judgments. These judgments arose out of the orders of election tribunals in local bodies cases. And the court in one case interfered and in the other it did not with the decision of the election tribunal, but in neither case was this a 199 matter arising straight before the court. It had gone through the process of an election dispute raised by a contesting candidate. How could these two cases be used as a basis then to proceed and say that election disputes are not disputes between the parties at all, and they are disputes raised by the constituency as such? And then their lordships say at page 138, paragraph 11, and Your Lordship will recall, I don't need to remind your Lordship that this is this was not a 184(3) case. The Lordship says that since election cases are a species of collective or public interest litigation, the proceedings therefore are inquisitorial in nature. Instead of adversarial, they take the view that these are inquisitorial in nature. My Lord, except for those two Lahore High Court judgments, no judgment is cited from our jurisprudence to this effect under 199 on 185(3), and the Lahore High Court judgments, as I said, arose out of election disputes before election tribunals held in the matter of local bodies.
185 में 185(3) में कोई लिमिट है सुप्रीम कोर्ट के जुरिस्डिक्शन कि आप इस हद तक जा सकते हैं, इससे आगे नहीं जा सकते?
My Lord, I would say that the essential distinction between 184(3) and 185(3) is that in 185(3) the matter reaches your Lordship through an order passed by the Honorable High Court in constitutional matters under Article 199 of the Constitution. The limits of Article 199 will define the limits of your Lordship's jurisdiction under Article 185(3) because your Lordships are exercising appellate power, not an original power under Article 185(3). That's the...
आप क्या कहते हैं 26th Constitutional Amendment 191A Clause 3? Any matter decided by High Court which involves constitutional provisions, that can be looked into by the Constitutional Court while exercising Article 184(3).
My Lord, 185(3) में आएगा ना वो?
लेकिन इख्तियारात तो वही होंगे ना 184(3).
My Lord, 184(3) is your Lordship doesn't have to look at, for instance, that the application must be by an aggrieved party. Your Lordship doesn't have, so the concept of standing is not applied in that rigor. Your Lordship doesn't have to always look at whether there is an adequate alternative remedy or not. That bar is not applied either. So, not bar or that process for regulating the jurisdictions. So, my Lord, as a civil dispute, now there are a very large number of judgments and I have therefore put them in the tab. I don't cite them, but may I just...
Basically, आपने 187 बताना है कि 187
Sir, 187 पे आ
हमारे इख्तियारात कितने हैं, हम कहाँ तक जा
वहीं पे आ
सकते
जाते
हैं? वो असल बात तो ये है.
Just let me say one sentence, then I turn to 187. In terms of election disputes, your Lordships have consistently held that they are to be treated as civil disputes where the burden of proof is on the person challenging an election and